European Union leaders meeting in Brussels Thursday unanimously approved a $54 billion support package for Ukraine. VOA's Jeff Custer reports.
The agreement came just an hour into the EU summit in Brussels, with Hungary surprisingly voting to support it after vetoing virtually the same package in December and recently threatening to do so again. European Parliament President Roberta Metsola told reporters the vote represents the EU's continuing effort to deliver on the commitment it made 2 years ago to stand with Ukraine as long as it takes.
We made that commitment not just from a moral standpoint, but from a strategic one too. Because in doing so, we knew that at a time would come where our world would be put to the test, and that moment is now.
In a virtual address to the summit, Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky expressed his gratitude for the unanimous vote. Jeff Custer, VOA News.
The U.S. and Britain have carried out airstrikes on Yemen's military installations. The Houthis say the attacks being carried out in support of Palestinians in Gaza, but some analysts say they have other motives. Dale Govlik reports for VOA from Amman.
The U.S. military says it conducted strikes in Yemen against 10 Houthi-attacked drones and a ground control station on Thursday, while the Navy ship USS Carney shot down a Houthi anti-ship ballistic missile earlier and then downed 3 Iranian drones. There has been no sign of backing down from the Houthis, who have declared American and British interests to be legitimate targets. Batul Dogan Akas, a researcher of the Arab Gulf at Durham University, also writing in Sada, says the Houthi attacks may be a strategy to not only reposition themselves as a key regional supporter of Palestinian resistance to Israeli occupation, but to also cement their political authority in Yemen, especially amidst recent negotiations with Saudi Arabia to formally end the war. Dale Gavlak, VOA News, Amman.
For additional stories, visit voanews.com. This is VOA News. Defense Secretary Lloyd Austin is explaining the secrecy around his cancer diagnosis and subsequent hospitalization. AP Washington correspondent Sagar Meghani reports.
Austin was diagnosed with prostate cancer in December.
The news shook me.
As a private person,
my first instinct was to keep it private.
He didn't tell the White House for weeks, including while he was in the hospital.
I never directed anyone to keep my January hospitalization from the White House.
At the same time,
we did not handle this right. And I did not handle this right.
Austin appeared calm as he answered a barrage of questions in the Pentagon briefing room, including one about a golf cart in the hallway. Austin says one of his legs is still painful, and today's the first time he's used the cart to get around.
I think it's pretty neat.
Sagar Meghani, Washington.
Nearly $4 billion in drones and military equipment have been approved for sale to India by the Biden administration, meant to improve the country's maritime safety and surveillance. The approval comes at a time when Washington is courting New Delhi to increase its cooperation with the U.S. Indo-Pacific strategy, which is largely focused on countering China's influence in the region. The State Department notified Congress on Thursday of the $3.99 billion sale that will include 31 Sky Guardian drones, 170 Hellfire missiles, 310 small diameter bombs, and related support material. Unemployment claims have risen to their highest level in nearly 3 months, but are still at historically low levels. AP correspondent Jackie Quinn reports.
The number of Americans filing for jobless benefits rose last week to 224,000. It's about 9,000 more than the previous week, but layoffs remain at historically low levels. The 4-week average of claims, which helps provide a smoother picture, finds an increase of 5,200 applicants. Recently, job cuts have been reported in the technology and media sectors. Overall, 1.9 million Americans are collecting unemployment benefits, up 20,000 from mid-January. Friday, the government issues its jobs report. I'm Jackie Quinn.
Mass street protests have intensified across Slovakia against a plan by populist Prime Minister Robert Fico to amend the penal code and eliminate the office of the special prosecutor that deals with major crimes and corruption. Thousands were rallying at protests on Thursday, spread to 31 cities and towns across the country, up from 24 last week. The plan approved for Fico's coalition government includes abolishing the special prosecutor's office, which handles serious crimes such as graft, organized crime, and extremism. The plan changes also include a reduction in punishments for corruption and some other crimes. The country's president and the European Union have protested. Parliament could approve the plan as early as next week.
Thank you for watching. Can you do me a favor? Please leave a comment in the comments section below. That would really help. Thank you, and see you again soon.